Oh, hi, there you are. Hi, this is Farley again. So, we had to go to Las Vegas this summer. Well, had to is kind of the wrong word, but we were going to see a show at the Venetian. And I thought, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to try out the Caesars all-inclusive summer thing that they're doing. So I looked online, checked it out, and well, you don't get to stay at Caesar's Palace, but you can stay at other Caesar's properties under this all-inclusive plan. So there was, the options are Harrahs, Link, and the Flamingo, which are all right next to each other on the Strip, across from Caesar's Palace, actually. So, yeah, so here I am. I'm gonna give you the lowdown on what we thought of it. I definitely have some thoughts. And, you know, whether I think you should do it or not, you know, so stay tuned and let's get into it. So it's late July and I booked our stay for a Wednesday and a Thursday night, leaving on a Friday morning. So I figured that would be kind of quieter time, I suppose, on the Strip in the summer, although it's so hot there right now, or it was like, you know, 112, 113 degrees every day. So it's just brutally hot there right now. Hopefully by the time you're watching it, it's like 90 instead. But so I had choices. What was I gonna pick? If you look at Harrah's, the rates for their rooms actually in the middle of the week, as a summer rate, it's pretty low. It's only about $59 with the fees in the rate. So it's not that expensive of a room. And I think that's pretty much the same for the Link and Flamingo. They're pretty low rates anyway. So anyway, so we looked online, the package sounded good, and we went with Harrah's because, not because I think Harrah's is the best or better than the others, but it was the absolute closest I could get to the Venetian, which is where we were gonna see a show, and I already booked that show, so I thought, okay, that seems practical. Let me show you the flyer here. The plan for us, I was two of us, me and my husband, staying the 2 nights, and that was costing us $600 for 2 nights. 2 people, 2 nights, and that was all in. I prepaid ahead of time. So crossing my fingers that it was worth it. What do you get? Dining. You get 2 meals a day, but only at specific properties, as you can see, yeah. And you also get unlimited bar drinks, like beer, wine, and well, cocktails, things like that, but only at specific, you know, bars. Like at Harrah's, there's only 2 bars, which were kind of hard to track down. And then of course you've got free parking, and you've got tickets to the High Roller, which was fantastic, and also $10 of free play, which is not a lot, I gotta tell you. Anyway, but these, oh, and there's a 20% off the cabana, but you know, come on guys, cabana? I mean, like, I'm trying to save money and I'm gonna get a cabana and only at the Link pool. That seemed like kind of silly, but okay, whatever. So this was basically the plan, that several restaurants, several bars, free High Roller, and you know, free parking and that kind of thing. So was it gonna be worth it? Let's see. So here, I'm gonna take you to Harrah's here. Here's some footage of us coming from the parking lot into Harrah's. Now, it's very close, actually. The lobby doesn't actually, like, you can't see the lobby or the front of the hotel from the Strip. So anyway, but when you park, we were able to park like on a really low level. So it was a really easy walk right into the lobby. And then yeah, then we walked over to the front desk. Now you can do the mobile check-in here. I don't think it's really in your best interest to do mobile check-in here because they have to give you a wristband, and they have to give you this special flyer and stuff. So you really do need to talk to a person. Otherwise, if you do mobile check-in, you're gonna end up having to get someone to come over and help you anyway. Might as well, if there's not a big line, just wait for the someone to help you behind the desk. It's just much simpler that way. There are several restaurants at Harrahs. There's this Fulton Place or Fulton Court area where most of their Harrahs restaurants, actually most of the Plan's restaurants are. There's a Fulton Cafe. There's a Fulton Noodle, which is only open from Thursday night through the weekend. So it wasn't open at first, when we got there. There's Pinup Pizza, where you get two slices and a drink. And the Fulton Cafe. Now, my favorite of all of those was the Fulton Cafe. It's diner food, but it's pretty good diner food. I liked it. So, but the thing I think was a little bit disconcerting is the range and the different types of foods that are available in terms of price is kind of what? Fulton, if you just ate at Fulton, coffee, you wouldn't be getting your money's worth, right? So anyway, but those places are kind of considering how good restaurants are in some parts of Vegas. It was oh, this is what's on the plan? Okay. So anyway, so let me take you to the room. They gave us 2 queens. So, my fault, their fault, I don't know. They didn't ask. I didn't expect to get 2 queens, but whatever. I know, we've been married a long time, whatever. So, 2 queens, and that's what we had. What I loved was we had a great view of the Sphere, or it wasn't a perfect view, but that's as close as I'd gotten to the Sphere in my trips to Vegas over the years. So I was woo, the Sphere, yay. So, so that was really cool. And then the only drawback here, I think, in this room was that there was still stuff in the refrigerator. Yuck. I hate that. That happens too much, man. They don't check the fridge and there's old smoothies. Ew. So anyway, but otherwise, room was clean, bathroom's great. Loved it. It was a nice clean room, except for the fridge. So anyway, we're gonna walk through the casino a bit. Here, it's not a huge property at Harrahs, which I kind of like. I actually usually stay at New York, which is kind of a small property as well. So I kind of appreciated the walkability of it versus someplace like the Venetian, where it's just so big, right? Or Bellagio, which is so massive, right? Hard to just find anything. So Harrahs is kind of small, which I like that. It's not fancy, but anyway. So I wanted to get to the Caesars Rewards desk because I wanted to make sure I could get my card. It's been so long since I stayed at a Caesars property that I didn't think maybe I was a Caesars Rewards member. Turns out I was. This was really funny to me that I totally was. And she's like, oh, you've been one for a really long time. Really? So anyway, whatever. But they still, even though I was actually a rewards member, they did give me the $10 in free play anyway, which if you looked at the fine print on the website, it said it was only for new members. So anyway, I managed to get $10. Wow. Anyway, so, we are MGM peeps. I mean, we have been going to almost exclusively MGM properties for a really long time. I mean, and we have the credit card, so we can get our free parking and we get our points and our slot play and all that. So we've been kind of investing in the MGM business for a while. So being at a Caesars property actually was kind of disorienting, I must say. It was a little bit weird. But hey, it was fun, and I was glad to be there and trying out this this plan. So we are on the hunt to find the bars at Harrahs. Actually, as it turns out, a lot of the employees, maybe half the employees, I mean, I don't know, don't seem to know about the all-inclusive. Maybe it's not that popular of a plan. This is sort of what I've heard. So we went up to one bar thinking it was the signature bar or something, and because that's one of the bars that's available. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we were trying to use our wristband. He goes, well, where did you get this plan? I'm like, well, online, it's their big all-inclusive thing. He goes, what is it? I mean, it was really funny. I mean, the bartender was nice. He's like, I gotta get on the phone with my manager. I don't know what you're talking about. Is this a real thing? Like, where did you get it? I'm like, on the Harrahs, on the Harrahs website. I was like, so not everybody knows about the plan. So anyway, it turns out we were at the wrong bar. There's lots of bars at Harrahs. There's only two that you can go to, the Signature and the Sportsbook. So, so here I am, I'm taking you to those bars. Oh, by the way, Ramsey's Kitchen is in Harrahs as well, but it is not part of the plan. However, they slipped us a $20 coupon for that restaurant at the front desk. We didn't use it because it wasn't part of the plan, so we didn't use it. But I guess that's nice, 20% off. I can't guarantee you get a coupon, but we did in that case. Let's see, what else? Oh, going up to the pool. You do want to, well, if you want the cabana, it's not the cabana at Harrah's pool that you get the discount on, it's the pool at the Link. So and apparently it's no problem to go to the other pools. In fact, I guess famously the new Go pool at the Flamingo is open to everyone. Like anyone can go to that pool. You don't have to be on a Caesars property. So anyway, but the Harrahs pool it's kind of understated, maybe would be the word, but it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you want the special cabana, 20% off, it would not be here at Harrahs that you got that. You have to do the Link pool for that. Okay, so let's talk about the food options. By the way, there are some discrepancies like on the website, like when we were booking, like there were times where it looked like you were getting an entree, an appetizer, and drink when you really were just gonna get an entree and a drink at some of these places. So some misleading wording that, you know, the website versus the actual experience. Like you get the flyer and like, oh, no longer an appetizer at this place, or there's no longer a dessert available for this one. You know, so you know, I wish they had it together in that respect, but maybe I'm just splitting hairs here. I think this has gotten around to a lot of people. A lot of influencers have talked about this. The way to make this work for you is to use your 2 meals a day at the really higher end restaurants like Guy Fieri's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay's Burger. They are very expensive. They are, I would say easily about $100 a person, because you're getting an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a non-alcoholic drink. So hello, that's a lot of food. In fact, we couldn't eat all the food that we ordered, and we had my son there, and he's like, come eat some of our food. We can't eat it all. And between the 3 of us, we couldn't eat all of our 2 meals, right? Anyway, yeah, a little strange. Just having so much food and spending so much at these 2 particular restaurants versus like going to eat at Nook Express, which is just like a Starbucks. Like, why would you use your credits at Nook Express or at Fulton Coffee when yeah, I mean, the difference in prices is like, whoo, wow. So we liked Fulton noodle as well. The entrees were very large, but just an entree and a drink there. That's it. And it's not always open. So the highlight of the whole trip, or the whole inclusive program, was the high roller for me. I had never been on it, and it was just like a wow. You can use your anytime ticket for any time of day, and we wanted to go right as the sun set so we could watch kind of the lights start to glow in the sky, and we got lots of footage of the sphere. I could watch the sphere all day instead of TV, instead of my phone. I could watch the sphere. It is so entertaining. It's mesmerizing. Everyone's just staring at the sphere like, wow. It's really, really, really awesome. And as if like everybody knows that, right? I'm just late to the party because I had not been. So it was really cool. I love this sphere. It was a highlight for me, for sure. Okay, let's get back to the value. What is the value? Here's some of the bars available, you guys. Okay. Okay, so let's do a little mental math here, okay? For one weekday, let's talk about one day, right? Remember, I prepaid that Harrah's all-inclusive, right? I paid the $600 for 2 days, for two people for 2 days. That's it. $600, I think, and 1 cent, okay? So if you didn't do that, right? Here's one day. About a $60 for a room at Harrah's, okay? If you didn't have the inclusive deal, about $60 for your room. Let's say you had 3 cocktails a day. You probably had more, but if you had 3 cocktails a day, that's about $20 a cocktail. So 20, 40, 60, all right? So $60 room, $60 cocktails, and then you did the Guy Fieri kitchen, and you did Gordon Ramsay's burgers, and you spent about $200 conservatively, okay, at those places. And then the high roller is going to cost you about $40, right? Depending on the ticket you got. Some are cheaper, some are not. So, and then you got the parking, about $20 midweek, and $25 on the weekends. And you got the $10 in free play. So all of that together, that's about $390, just under $400. That's for one day, right? Now, you don't just double that, because the second day, you're not gonna get another $10 in free play, you're not gonna get another high roller ticket, whatever.
But for fun, we're gonna guesstimate the second day, one person, no plan, right? $60 a room, $60 for drinks, I think, right? $200 for 2 premium meals, if that's what you want to do, and then about $340 subtotal for that second day. So what's it take us to? One person, 2 days, no plan at all, $750. But we paid $600 for 2 people over 2 days. So it's probably worth it. It's restrictive, but it's probably worth it if you like that kind of thing.
So yeah, it's a good value. It's restrictive though. I mean, I think that the honest to God truth is, would I have gone to Fulton Cafe if I had a choice? Probably not. Like, would I have gotten a Fulton noodle or peanut pizza? No. Would I have gone to Guy Fieri's? Probably. Right? Would I have gone to Gordon's burgers? Yeah, probably, right? So they choose for you, so if you don't mind that and you're just about saving $1, then this is probably a good deal for you. It's just not perfect. And the fact that the employees don't all know, like they're not really well versed and sometimes don't know about the program at all, which is like, what? How do you not know about the program? Like, there's like flyers everywhere. I don't know. It just seems like it would be their business to know. Yeah. Anyway, so I think it's worth it, but it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Anyway, but if you are drinking, if you're someone who's drinking like 6 cocktails a day, like you got a cocktail at 11, you got a cocktail at 2, you got a cocktail before dinner, you got 2 cocktails after dinner, this is a good deal for you. Those drinks are free, right? You're just getting 1 drink at a time, right? And yeah, they just keep giving them to you. You do have to pay your tip, of course, but yeah, not bad, everybody, not bad. So these aren't high-end hotels. It's not a 5-star experience. Maybe it's a 2.5, 3-star experience, but still, I mean, you know, what do you think? Have you done this deal? Let me know in the comments if you have. Maybe you stayed at the Link or the Flamingo. Maybe you think it was a little bit better. I mean, there are bars and restaurants at those other properties. Not as many restaurants at the other properties as there is at Harrahs, but then the Harrahs options are only so-so. So anyway, please let me know what you think. You know, I say it might be for you if you're really love to drink. I think this is a good plan. If you love to have a bunch of cocktails, I think you will really make it work for yourself. And you like those restaurants, the more expensive restaurants. Yeah, go to those 2 days in a row. You made your money back and more. So anyway, that's my review, everybody. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon on my next review. See ya!